I'm Sai and welcome back to my channel Sai Tech. In today's video, do the PUBG gameplay graphics comparison between all of these three Realme X series smartphone. Yes, I do have the Realme X2 Pro, Realme X7 Pro and Realme X7 Max. Let's see friends which phone has got what type of default PUBG graphics settings. This is a PUBG version which is a 1.5.0. So right now in this video demonstration, I'm not using any GFX tool. So there is no GFX tool usage in this kind of entire video friends. That is the one thing you need to remember. And the Realme X2 Pro has got the Snapdragon 855 plus chipset. Realme X7 Pro and the X7 Max, they do have the dimensity process. So dimensity 1000 plus and the dimensity 1200. So I did upload a couple of other videos as well before, but this video will give you the clear idea what is happening between this Realme X series. That is what my main motive of doing this one video. So which will definitely help a lot of other users as well what is going on with their devices. So that is how they can actually compare with other smartphones what graphics settings they are having and other phones what they are having. Let me try to open the PUBG game in all the three smartphones. So somewhere it should be there in the PUBG game as well. Yep. So right now I'll try to use the real-time FPS meter, which is present absolutely in the game space as well. So we can track using the real-time FPS meter from the game space, so which we do have here. So first I'll try to show you the default graphic settings between all of this PUBG version 1.5 default graphic settings, and then I'll try to move to the next topic, which is having 4D vibrations, which phone supports 4D vibrations or not. So which phone has got what kind of special effects, special features, that is what I mean. So that is what I'm going to discuss in the next. So once this phone load, I'll start with the first phone, which is the Realme X2 Pro, which has got the Snapdragon 855 plus chipset and which is a 1.5-year-old mobile phone. Let's see, after this kind of all this usage, 1.5-year phone, let's see what will the graphic settings. And as you can see friends, so this is a PUBG version which is a 1.5 version, and you're getting smooth and extreme settings, and balanced and extreme, HD and extreme, HDR and extreme, Ultra HD is available in case if you want to download, as you can see friends clearly, which is really very great using this smooth and 90 FPS in the Realme X2 Pro. This Realme X2 Pro friends, absolutely really good. Even after 1.5-year usage, still it's really great to see this kind of high performance levels, high graphic settings levels in this phone. So maybe I think because of the Snapdragon processor, I'm not sure particularly, but still. So right now when I try to use the 90 FPS, let me try to select the 90 FPS. In the real-time FPS you may not be able to see the 90. So there is some other trick which we need to do to get that 90. I'll try to do it later. So right now let's see in the Realme X7 Pro. So this is the Realme X7 Pro, which has got the Dimensity 1000 plus chipset, and let me try to show you the smooth and extreme, balanced and ultra, HD and ultra, HDR and ultra, Ultra HD with high. So these are the settings you do get in the Realme X7 Pro device, as you can see absolutely. So there is no 90 FPS option, there is no HDR and Ultra, HDR and Extreme option is not available. Nothing you are getting in this Realme X7 Pro device. That's a kind of really drawback I would say for the Realme X7 Pro users. So now let's move to the next phone, which is the latest model Realme X7 Max. So in the Realme X7 Max we do have the Dimensity 1200 and with 120Hz refresh rate, 120Hz refresh rate and 90Hz refresh rate. And with the Dimensity 1200 we got the update finally, 90 FPS. That is totally unexpected for a lot of other users as well. Absolutely friends, no one did expect 90 FPS will be coming to the Realme X7 Max phone, particularly that is what it is. But finally we got the 90 FPS option in this Realme X7 Max. But the thing is that even though you get the 90 FPS, you cannot see the 90 FPS in the real time in the game space. That's totally ridiculous. I'm not sure why the Realme UI is not that optimized, and 4D vibration is actually there, but in my APK and in my version the 4D vibrations is not working. And few of the other users, they also mentioned they are not able to use the 4D vibrations, and few users they did mention they were able to use the 4D vibrations. At this point I'm not sure what is happening, but in my version I was unable to play the 4D vibration. So the thing which I said about the Realme X2 Pro, we can actually play in the 90 FPS. Yes, it's possible, but there is another kind of trick you need to follow. So I did upload a video on that particular trick, so make sure you check those videos in case if you want to know. So right now as you can see friends, you can get the 90 FPS option in the game space in the Realme X2 Pro. Yes, in the Realme X2 Pro I'm trying to use. So there is no magic, there is no GFX tool, nothing at all. The only one thing is that you need to play around with the brightness, and you need to fix this kind of issue with the 90 fps, because usually if I try to increase the brightness, the game will definitely go to the 60 fps. That is the reason I'm trying to use slightly kind of this kind of brightness levels. That's a one drawback is there, but still you will be able to play the 90 fps without any kind of issues. So let me try to show you the just only mini gameplay when I'm trying to drop whether the 90 fps will be changing or not. As you can see, still remaining at 88 fps, 89, no problem. But other phones like the Realme X7 Max, even though I try this kind of same trick in the Realme X7 Max, it's not working. I did do the factory reset, it's not working. So I did clear all the cache memory and completely I did do smooth scrolling, I did enable the high performance mode, everything I did, it's not working in the Realme X7 Max. Not only on this PUBG game, so mainly even in the other games also, the game space doesn't show above 90 fps. So above 60 fps it doesn't show in the Realme X7 Max, sorry. So that's a problem with the Realme X7 Max. The Realme UI should be really optimized to play with that kind of high settings as soon as possible. That is what I was expecting. Let me need to unplug this one. I think by the time right now the charging increased from 2% to 18% just within few minutes, even though when I'm gaming. So let me try to charge this phone. And from yesterday I was testing all these phones non-stop. So right now let's see, I'll try to show the real-time FPS meter. I'm getting about 65, and some people did say that frames are really dropping in the Realme X2 Pro after the Android 11 update. So yes, I did install the Android 11 update and Realme UI in this 2.0 in this Realme X2 Pro, and after the Android 11 update they are experiencing the frame drops in this phone. That is what the few users they did mention. I'll just try to show the real-time FPS meter when I'm trying to drop exactly. So if I try to increase the brightness, the FPS will go definitely, friends, it won't stay. I just want to show you the basic FPS, how much we can actually expect. So let me just show you exactly what will happen. I'll try to drop and I'll try to walk, and then I'll try to show you. And 4D vibrations are not working in 3 phones, no. 4D vibrations are absolutely not working, that's another thing. So I just want to show you this 90 fps is working in this Realme X2 Pro, and it's not working in the X7 Max. That is the reason I thought of spending this time in explaining here. So let me just slightly increase the brightness. I increased, as you can see, friends, immediately dropped. It dropped to 60. Now doesn't matter even if I decrease now, the 90 fps will not come. There is only that kind of trick which is working for me. So this is another problem which the Realme also should take care about the optimizing in the Realme X2 Pro. That is what I think, I wish they could have done. And next is the Realme X7 Pro. Unfortunately with the Realme X7 Pro we don't get the 90 fps option, so we'll be sticking to this kind of 60 fps only during this time. So that's another drawback for this Realme X7 Pro device. And the Realme X7 Max, that's another biggest disappointing, friends, for the gamers, I would say. So totally for the gamers, only for the gamers, because for the normal and mid-range medium kind of gaming, you will not feel any difference. You will feel really great and phone is really worth for money, all those things. But for hardcore gaming and high gamers, you will definitely feel a slight disappointment because of Realme not optimizing this higher FPS games in this Realme X7 Max. There's one thing which I thought of just addressing to the people who are actually buying for the gaming purpose mainly. So even if I use the same kind of trick, it doesn't work. Even if I decrease and use the same trick, it doesn't work. I cannot see any kind of increase in the FPS count at all. No. And meanwhile in the Realme X7 Pro, you will be able to play with the 60 FPS, no problem. Absolutely, with the smooth and extreme settings, you can definitely play. The smooth and extreme settings, you do get the 60 FPS. That should not be any kind of issues. But if you want to play with the high 90 FPS, you cannot play in the Realme X7 Pro. So I'll try to test even with the BGMI gameplay as well. So make sure to stay tuned for those videos in case if you're interested about the BGMI gameplay. So right now the real-time FPS, you can see 60 FPS, and 4D vibrations are not working. Even if I try to increase the volume and then shoot, it doesn't work 4D vibrations in my version. That's another thing which I thought of just mentioning. I'll try to use the third party FPS meter, which I'm definitely planning to do. Maybe in the next couple of hours later, I'll try to upload today as soon as possible using the third party FPS meter, and I'll try to explain you what is happening with the using third party FPS meter. Is there any development or not? I'll definitely try to upload that video as soon as possible. So make sure to stay tuned for those videos in case if you're interested for the third party FPS meter test. So this is a quick gameplay review, friends, and thank you for watching this video. Make sure to stay tuned for more updates. Definitely I'll do my best to post the video as soon as possible for you all. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video, friends. I'll stay tuned for more updates. Meanwhile, bye.